You become an instant member, a $50 pledge, a tote bag, the Julia Child cookbook, a $75 pledge. We've had many people throughout the week so far who have become members of our $100 Sponsors Club. Think about it. Think of what Vermont ETV means to you and your family and all the programs that you make possible. We want to thank you for your calls. We'll be here all night with the Chittenden Business Professional Women to take your phone call. The number again, 802-655-1100. Make the call now. We're going to have the great movie coming up of Singin' In The Rain.
The following program is made possible by funding from public television stations.
A show that is really a show sends you out with a kind of a glow, and you say, as you go on your way, that's entertainment. No death, like you get in Macbeth, no ordeal, like the end of Camille, this goodbye brings a tear to the eye. The world is a stage, the stage is the world of entertainment.
I'm Roddy McDowell, and I must confess that I have a passion for the movies. It's been that way since I was about 5, and happily, I have been lucky enough to be involved with this profession for some 40 years. And the film we are about to view now is one of my favorites. It has so much zest and invention. It is so dear and funny and imaginative. It is Singin' In The Rain.
And I guess that's the way it goes. He's ready for a rest. Probably you are, too. We take a brief intermission after that marvelous acrobatic dance done by Donald O'Connor, Singin' In The Rain. And now is the time for you, during intermission time, to perhaps not go for the popcorn, go for the telephone. And call us here at Vermont ETV to register your support for public television, for the efforts of Vermont ETV, and for your enjoyment of this marvelous motion picture, Singin' In The Rain. Matter of fact, you might be interested to know that Donald O'Connor learned acrobatic dancing from his father, who was an acrobatic dancer, so he came by that rather naturally, and that's one of the great acrobatic scenes for motion pictures. So we have the Chittenden County Business and Professional Women here to answer the telephones. We sincerely hope that you're going to get them all very, very busy by dialing 655-1100. If you're calling from New Hampshire, New York, Canada, Massachusetts, dial 1-802-655-1100. And we hope that you're going to do that right now. It's intermission time, and time for you to start the phones really ringing off the hook. 655-1100. Remember, all you have to do is give us your name, the address, the amount of your contribution to Vermont ETV. Remember, you don't have to send any money tonight. Remember that all we're asking for is your pledge of support. And if you're enjoying Singing in the Rain as much as we are here, then we know you're going to go to the telephone right now to call us at 655-1100 and say, I want more movies of this kind. And we have some more for you, too, during Festival 79. Right, Russ?
We have a lot of movies, Jack, and of course, a big marathon coming up at the end of all of this festival on the 17th and 18th. And that's St. Patrick's Day, as you know, Jack.
Oh, Bigorra.
Hey, Faith and Bigorra. Anyway, make the call now. We have just the intermission. You're not missing any part of the movie. We have purposely interrupted the movie. No, normally, we don't do this. Normally, out of 40 days out of the year, there's a fundraising and a membership awareness program called Festival, okay? This is our opportunity to meet you through the television set and to ask for your support. It's not a commercial. We're not trying to beg for money in the sense that we'd like to have you invest your money to support programs. All the dollars that are sent to Vermont ETV are turned into program dollars. It's a very simple matter of fact. If you want to become a member of our $100 sponsor club, consider that. That's only about $2 a week for all the best television on Vermont ETV. If you'd like to do that, call up with your name and your address and say, I want to pledge $100. I want to say it's $2 for my family every single week to enjoy all the wonderful programming. We don't have any installment plan right now, but we'd like to have you consider paying at your convenience. Maybe right now isn't the time to get the checkbook out. Taxes are going to be paid pretty soon, or whatever it might be. Payday isn't until the end of the month, whatever it may be. If you'd like to have your pledge of support, we'll send you a pledge card, the postage-paid envelope. You can fulfill your pledge when you have, it's at your convenience when you have the time. But call us now to tell us that you're watching, that you like Singing in the Rain, that you're going to like movies like this. For example, on Saturday night, we have a marvelous program for you with Bob Hope and Bing Crosby and Dorothy Lamour on the road to Morocco. So make the call now to 655-1100. If you're an old movie buff, and I am, make the call to tell us that you are, that you like the old classic movies and all the great things that Hollywood has turned out over all the years. Just a reminder, too, as a special thank you, a $75 pledge to Vermont TV is being thanked very graciously by our ladies tonight. By the way, many of them are cooks, and we were looking at this Julia Child and Company cookbook, and they say, how can I get one of those? Well, be a $75 member to Vermont TV, and we'll send you this Julia Child and Company cookbook. A marvelous cookbook, hardbound edition, and all the full-color photographs and the delightful writings of Julia Child. So, that's one suggestion, one way we can say thank you. But your pledge can be for any amount. It can be for $5 or $10, $18 pledge a while ago. If you want to see something very special coming up, you watch right here. We're having more of Singing in the Rain. And Jack Barry, you see him, he's very special too.
Well, I just enjoy this motion picture a great deal. I'm a great fan of Gene Kelly. And a little bit later on, you're going to see one of the classic Gene Kelly dances of all time with Sid Charisse, a marvelous Broadway ballet that is absolutely incredibly spectacular. We really appreciate the opportunity to keep these telephones really humming here tonight, and we know that whatever your pledge of support is, it's something that is important to you, and it's very important to us too. Because regardless of the size of the pledge, and it can be a very big one, $100 or $200 or more, but every pledge is important because every pledge means a great deal to Russ, myself, and the other people who are here tonight at Vermont TV. Because what you do when you make that call with a pledge of support, you indicate that you're supporting more than just the programs. You indicate that you're supporting our efforts in bringing you quality programs, and as Russ has indicated, we take the money that you send us tonight, and we're going to utilize this to continue bringing you great programs on Vermont TV. And so when you make the call, regardless of what the amount is that you give to Vermont TV, we know it's important because so many people give, so many people who don't have a great deal give a little, but whatever you give is very important. Remember, as we've indicated so many times, whatever your contribution is, it is tax deductible, both in the United States and in Canada. And for our Canadian friends and for our Vermont viewers too, we send you an item, a card in the mail that tells you just exactly how the tax deduction works, and you can utilize that. And remember, too, that many of the major companies in the United States and Canada will match your contribution. So if you call in and you pledge $50 to Vermont TV tonight, really it's $100. All you have to do is show the comptroller of your company proof of the contribution to Vermont TV, and you're in business. So we only have a couple of minutes left during this intermission. We're going to go right back to Singing in the Rain. The phones have been busy, bless you, throughout the intermission, and we do hope that you'll continue. And if you don't feel like missing any of the movie, or you can't see the movie from where you are on the telephone, we'll be taking another little bit of a break a little bit later on. And ordinarily, as we've indicated, we have no commercial messages. We have no interruptions at our movies. You see them in their entirety. So we do really and truly appreciate the opportunity that you give us to come into your home and ask for support. Now, Russell, a final note.
Yes, a final note. Just talking about not being interrupted. I was watching the Balanchine program with Mikhail Baryshnikov and Patricia McBride the other night, and I sat spellbound for 70 minutes, continuous 70 minutes of marvelous ballet. If you enjoy that kind of programming where it's completely brought to you in its entirety, then make your call of support to Vermont TV. That's the kind of programming we do. We're in the middle of festival. This is a special time of the year when we are specially programming wonderful programs to have you make your commitment to be a member of Vermont TV. We're looking for 2,000 new members to join our 17,000 people now who are supporting Vermont TV. We need many more people. We need you to make your commitment, your pledge of support. Will you make the call? If you're calling from Burlington, Winooski, or any of the local areas, make the call, just simply 655-1100. If you're calling from anywhere else in Vermont, just dial 1-655-1100, or out of state in Canada, in New York, New Hampshire, wherever you're listening and watching now, dial 1-802-655-1100. But the important thing is to call the ladies here from the Chittenden Business and Professional Women's Club to make the call. We'll take your name and your address, the amount of your pledge, use MasterCharge, Visa, whatever you'd like to do, but at least tell us that you're watching, tell us that you enjoy Singing in the Rain and all the great movies that are coming up. So, make the call now. We're going to go right back to Gene Kelly and more of the Singing in the Rain. We'll be here to take your call right now.
Ready, Don?
All set, Roscoe.
Well, here we go again. I think we have another...
Okay, we'll be right back with more of Singin' in the Rain in just a few moments, but we do take another brief intermission here and an opportunity for those of you, and I know that there are hundreds of you out there clamoring to get to the telephones now to call the Chittenden County Business and Professional Women and say, I want to become a member of Vermont ETV, or I'd like to pledge 10, 15, 20, 50, $100 to Vermont ETV during Festival 79. We have a brief intermission here, and now is the time. If you get right to the telephone, you can do it very quickly. It'll only take you a moment, and you won't miss a moment of the motion picture. We're going right back to Singin' in the Rain in just a very few moments, and as I say, we still have some classic motion picture for you still to come tonight. So now is the time. If you're enjoying Singing in the Rain, if you appreciate the efforts of Vermont ETV to bring you the finest in entertainment, then now is the time to register that approval by dialing 655-1100. You're going to call from Canada, New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts. Dial 1-802-655-1100. Only takes you a bit of a moment. And remember, you might have said to yourself, well, I'm a member of Vermont ETV. I have given to Vermont ETV in the past. It's time to give again, really. You know, the money that you take doesn't get recycled. You know, we don't put it into a mill and bring it around again. We buy programs with it, and so every year we have to have new money to buy new programs and to make them available to you. So now is the time. If you enjoy and appreciate what we're doing here at Vermont ETV, if you like movies like Singin' in the Rain and you'd like to see more of them, now is certainly the time to register that approval. We have the telephone operators ready to take your call, so get them all going now. 655-1100, only take you a minute, and you'll enjoy all of Singin' in the Rain. Right, Russ Butler?
Yes, sir. That's the most important telephone call that you'll make tonight, I think, or even this week. You feel good about that. Yes, you will. You'll feel good when you say, you know, I put some money into that television station. That's partly mine. That program that I'm interested in, I want to support. It's almost like a vote of confidence. It's almost as important as that. Do you feel that way? How do you feel about the program? Do you like this kind of movie? Do you like more dramatic things? Do you like more of the balance sheet? Do you like more sports? Whatever it might be. Call now to tell us. You may just call to say, I would like something. Have a feedback. While you're calling, we're suggesting you're making a pledge because your dollars are very important to us, to Vermont ETV. The volunteers tonight have come here to enjoy the program and to take your call at 655-1100. The area code for Vermont is 802-655-1100. What do you get for your money besides the greatest television that your television set can produce? Well, you get a program guide when you become a member of Vermont ETV, and for less than the price of your daily newspaper, you can enjoy Vermont Public Television as a member. Does that appeal to you? Sure it does. 5.5 cents a day, and you're supporting, in a tax-deductible way, Vermont ETV's programming. $20 a year membership is about 5.5 cents a day. And we have the program guide for you that'll be sent to you every month. It's a nice little magazine that gives you information about the programs, the detailed listings of the time and the day when your special programs are coming up. Take a look at it. When you get it in your home, say, hey, that's pretty good. Later on this month, they're going to have something that you're interested in. Maybe only one program is of interest to you. Maybe just classic films are of interest to you. That's reason enough for you to support Vermont ETV. Make the call now, 655-1100, and say, yes, I want to be a member of Vermont Television. I want it to be my television service. And it is. It's public television. No commercials. We're interrupting at the intermission right now, this week and some of next week, as our Festival 79 continues to remind you to be a member of Vermont ETV. And you remember last night, we had the Dr. Leo Biscaglia program on again, The Art of Being Fully Human. We've had many calls tonight about the transcript of that particular program. We do have them. They came in from California just today. We only have 200 of them, and we have many requests already because of the program last night. So I'd like to remind you that if you did watch the program and you are interested in Dr. Biscaglia's word-by-word transcript of that program, this is available to you for a $35 pledge. And it has all the information about Dr. Biscaglia, of course, and his is other books. A marvelous program, maybe something you'd like to share with a friend. But we'd like to make this available to you for your $35 membership to Vermont TV. Call right now, 655-1100, and make the pledge of support for your public television service. Jack?
Just thinking, Russ, I bet that there are lots of people out there, like myself, who read the New York Times every day, and particularly on Sunday. It's just a kind of a thing that I do, and I know that many of you do. Well, I was looking at the price of the New York Times gone up, $1.35 on Sunday now. $1.35 a week you pay for one newspaper per week. If you spent $1.35 on Vermont TV, figure out what that would be over the course of a year, and then try to make some judgment of that. You go to a movie, what's it cost you today? $3.50? If you're looking in Montreal, probably more than that. How much is Vermont TV worth to you? If you buy your newspaper by subscription, or what do you give the paper boy at the end of the week when he comes around to collect? Just put that in perspective and kind of understand the amount of time that you watch Vermont TV, relate it to the time that you spend with a newspaper or with anything. What does your Time Magazine or Newsweek or anything of that kind call? It costs a lot of money. And when you think then in terms of $20 or $50 to Vermont TV on an annual basis, really it isn't an awful lot of money for what you get, because you get the finest of entertainment here at Vermont TV. A lady had called in a little bit earlier about Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, whether that's going to be shown on Sunday afternoon. Indeed it is. At 5:20, you'll be able to see Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. And where could you see, what network, what television station could you see Singin' in the Rain one night, Road to Morocco another night, Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, Mikhail Baryshnikov, all here in 1 week on Vermont Public Television. Yes, indeed. We hope that you're going to go to the television now and really register that support. And think in terms of relating it to a cup of coffee a day. If you spend 35 or 40 cents for a cup of coffee, then relate that to a week and to a month and to a year. And then try to tailor your contribution to Vermont TV to that. We really appreciate it. And the best part of it all is that we're tax deductible. The coffee and the newspapers aren't. We're tax deductible. So go to the phone now, make that call, make that pledge of support, 1-802-655-1100. Right, Russ?
Be over in 1 minute. You have plenty of time. We have, in a moment, we have one phone call for you. Here's a $50 thank you gift. For your pledge of $50, we would like to send you our tote bag. It says Vermont TV on it, and that's only $1 a week for Vermont TV. Make a $50 pledge, pay the $50, and we'll send you a tote bag. Call the number. We want to say thank you in a very special way, and we're doing it right now on your television set. Thank you very much for supporting your public television service, Vermont TV. The number in Vermont, dial 1-655-1100, or the area code for Vermont is 802-655-1100. We thank you very much, and the Chittenden Business and Professional Women's Club thanks you, too. They're here to take your call. They're public television service. You decide during the next part of our programming what this program means to you. What Singing in the Rain means to you, or a little bit later on, Dick Cavett coming up with the interview with his guest, okay? If it's worth to you, sure it is. You decide, and you call us at 655-1100. Make the call right now, and thank you very much.
Good night, Kathy. See you tomorrow.
Good night, darling. Take care of that throat. You're a big singing star now, remember? This California dew was just...
The preceding program was made possible by funding from public television stations.
There you have the Singin' in the Rain with all the wonderful music. And which one did you like the best? Which actor? Which scene did you like the best? What about it? Call us now at 655-1100 and make your vote heard here tonight live in our studios with all our wonderful guests from the Chittenden Business and Professional Women. I'm wearing one of their pins, as Jack Barry has one. A marvelous group of ladies who have volunteered tonight to take your telephone call right now following our program Singin' in the Rain. Such a marvelous musical that everybody seems to enjoy it. We've heard good comments. We've heard a few bad comments, too, about, gee, more old movies. Why don't you bring back the Strauss? Well, we're going to bring back the celebration of Strauss tomorrow night as a very special performance. There is no schoolboy hockey tomorrow night, so we're going to bring you a marvelous repeat of the celebration of Strauss. So if you like the music of Johann Strauss, that's tomorrow night right here on Vermont ETV. Make the call of support to become a member of Vermont ETV by calling area code out of Vermont 802-655-1100 and make the call with your name and your address and the amount of your pledge. Here are some new friends to Vermont ETV tonight. Rainer Horn called from Burlington, and Rainer is a very special friend at Control Electric Company, and of course he is from Germany, and in Germany, as I mentioned earlier, it is a very large tax that you pay in a television set to get television in your house. We don't do that in this country. We ask you to pledge your support for Vermont ETV by calling 655-1100. Had a call from John McKenzie in Lancaster, Ontario. A big antenna on top of his house to be able to receive Vermont ETV. He loves ballet, he loves the opera, and he called in to pledge his support. Thank you, John. Ann Marmer from Montreal. Susan Zeider, Essex Junction called. Con Tidd in Winooski. Duncan Stace in Dorval. Joe Rubin in Montreal. Thank you for your pledge. Leo Cole. They're all becoming members of Vermont ETV. How about you? Make your pledge of support right now to call 655-1100 and say, yes, I want to be a part of my public television service. I want to be a member. You can pledge $100, and we've had several people pledge $100 tonight. It's a tax-deductible contribution both in Canada and in U.S. funds. It's at par in Canada. Use your master charge.